So these are field books by Elan Publishing, not to be confused with field notes. These are field books. So when people start talking about pocket notebooks, a lot of the times it's closely followed by the mention of field notes. And rightly so, because field notes come in a variety of styles, shapes, sizes, textures, paper layouts. There's just a lot of options. But if you really don't need field notes and you just need something just to write in, you have plenty of other options. And so I went online and was just looking for a field notes alternative. And so that's when I came across these books from Elan Publishing called Field Books. And so I got this variety pack that has 2 craft, 1 black and 1 orange. So let's talk a little bit about this book before we compare it to field notes. But it's pocket notebook size, 3.5 by 5.5. It has an outside cover made of a thicker kind of craft material, and then the inside paper. On the inside, we have just a little bit of information we can fill out. And on the back side, we have our blank back, and then we have a ruler, and then we have our paper. And this paper is pretty comparable to field notes. I'm not a paper snob. I use a Sharpie pen, Sharpie, and then a Sharpie S pen. And if you look at the back, the S pen ghosts a little bit. The Sharpie bleeds. I don't know if you would consider that bleeding, but definitely ghosting, and then the S pen's fine. For comparison, I have my field notes planer that I use. Sharpie does ghost through, pretty much the same. So the paper's pretty good. It's also bound with 3 staples. And so they look very identical to field notes. If you'd see them on the shelf, you might not even be able to pick them out if they were mixed in with a bunch of field notes. And I chose the dot grid because you can get all kinds of blank notebooks online, and I'm not a big fan of ruled. And I just wanted to get some dot grid because I don't have a ton of those. I just have a few with this pitch black series from Field Notes. But I noticed that the dot grid in these field books from Elan Publishing actually are a little bit more consistent in their location on the pages throughout the notebook than what Field Notes is. So that was the field book, and then here's the field notes. And you might not be able to really see on video, but this row here shifts as you go throughout the notebook with a field notes. It kind of shifts over, and then a new row kind of just appears as you go through. That's a very nitpicky thing. But if we're comparing field notes, the inside cover also is a little bit more detailed on the field notes. And then Field Notes also has their back cover with a lot more information. The rulers both measure the same as far as like being accurate if you line them up. And then one other difference is that these are made in China while Field Notes are made in the United States. But other than those tiny differences, these pretty much function the same exact way. I feel like maybe Field Notes can wear a little bit better than these, but I haven't used my first one long enough. Like I use it for weekly coach calls, but I don't carry it with me every day. But I wanted something different to try that is a little bit cheaper and to see if it would function. And it does. And if you're okay with not having like the vibe that Field Notes comes with, then these field books from Elan Publishing are perfect. There's nothing wrong with them. They're good notebooks. Now, personally, I'll still use these. I'll find a use for them, but I still really prefer Field Notes because like you're not going to get this as a River Alive type series or the National Parks collection, like for the same price as you're going to get these. Like you're just not going to. And maybe there are out there, but to get this art style, like the quality also made in the United States, like there's other things that lead to Field Notes being more expensive. And if this type of thing is important to you, or if you just like it, then that's fine. You can prefer Field Notes. But these field books are a good alternative if you're looking for something cheaper. And so I will link these down in the description below where you can find them on Amazon. They have all kinds of varieties, different colors, mixtures. You can get dot grid, graphed, ruled, and they do have a couple options for designs on them, but it's nothing I would say that's at the Field Notes level because the art on some of these is just like, it's just really good. And so thank you all so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos from me. If you want to check out Field Notes, there's also a link for them in the description below, 10% off your first order. And like I said, the field book link will also be down in the description below. Sign up for our email newsletter if you want to hear more from me. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video.